No, that's it. I've had enough. No, I'm going. No, it's all right, David. No. I've had. No, David, I'm going back. It was all an awful dream. I don't know about an awful dream, but a bloody mess, and that's no mistake. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Wales Show. Here we are, Friday night, live across the region. We're back in our home at Yorkshire Television in Leeds at the moment, and for those people on Channel Television, hello to you, and to TVS who haven't been here before. You see, this is the kitchen in here. Have a little look in there, Stevie. All right, that's the kitchen. Okay, not too much, that's enough, Stevie. We'll go out to the reception area where we're going to do the first part of the programme, and tonight the show is on dreams.
Oh, Happy New Year, Mr.
Happy New Year.
Bless you.
Yes, very nice. Leprechauns in every corner. Thank you, Quirk. Very nice. Okay, come through here and meet Neris D, who is a dream analyst. Is that right, Neris?
Dream analyst.
A dream analyst.
Right.
I see. Well, first of all, Neris, before we... Oh, the phone number's coming up on the screen, and you can ring in on that, or you could fax us. If you're clever, you could sketch out one of your dreams, and you could fax us on this number. There we are, fax number. Now, first of all, Neris, Paul McCartney is standing by, and he may phone in tonight.
Oh, that's good.
Now, in this very trendy magazine called Q, right, apparently this is what everybody, can you see that? What everybody is, there you are, everybody's reading, very trendy magazine. They didn't know about the Wales Show, so I'm expecting them to do a big story on this fairly soon. But in this, Paul McCartney sets out that he often has a dream where he's on stage in front of 10,000 people, Neris, playing Yesterday, and they all get up and walk out. I'm not surprised.
Well, yesterday, he's thinking about the past, isn't he?
Mm.
And he's hoping that yesterday will become today. But he hasn't got to worry, because I think people still love him.
You think so? You think
I do.
he's worried? He wants to be loved?
I think he's worried. He just wants to stay in the limelight.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry, though. He's okay.
Yeah. I don't think he's phoned in
Hopefully
yet. Has he phoned in yet or
Perhaps
not?
he will later.
He might do later.
Yes.
He may do later, and we could
so.
actually find out whether...
Perhaps there's a bit more to the dream than that. We could get
Yeah.
a bit more out of him.
The thing about a lot of people who are successful, and they get to that stage and they suddenly wonder, why me?
Why?
Everybody could do it, and it's all going to fall...
Yes. Yeah, so I think they've been very fortunate, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe that shows we can all do it.
Now, you've got some letters, Neris, from
Yes, what
our
have we
wonderful... The viewers who can write.
Yes,
Yes.
oh, a lot of them can write. We've got dozens of them here. We've got one here from Martin Howitt, from Burrowash near Derby, and he says that on the subject of dreams, 2 or 3 times a week he seems to dream this one. I dream that I'm having a bath in a jar of beetroot, and I was wondering if you could analyse this for me.
Pillow.
That's him.
He dreams
he
he's
dreams
having a
he's
bath in a jar of beetroot.
beetroot,
He obviously needs to go somewhere for psychiatric help, does he?
No, I don't think he does at all.
No?
No, I don't think so. Because dreams really are using a different language than the language we use. We are using words to communicate here, and it's not always easy to communicate in words. Perhaps some of the things you say sometimes are misunderstood.
Heaven forbid, Neris.
Maybe, but with dreams, we're using scenes to convey messages to ourselves. And he's using this scene of having a bath. First of all, we've got having a bath, which means he wants to sort of perhaps wash away the past, purify
Cleanse
himself.
himself.
But you see, beetroot, we say, I went as red as a beetroot. There's a bit of guilt here somewhere. I think, Martin, there's a bit of guilt somewhere there, and you want to wash away your guilt.
Martin,
okay?
there's a bit of guilt there. You want to wash away your guilt, right?
I'm wondering if you could analyse it for me. Well, first of all, he's helping on the past too much. Forget the past, get on with the future, I always say. Right?
Okay. We went out and did a little bit of filming, and it was amazing, actually, how many of you couldn't remember your last dream. I can't remember my last dream. I wonder if anybody out there can remember theirs. Have a look at this.
Well, the last dream I had was last night, and it was strange. It was in like a tall tower, and I was like running up all these stairs, and I couldn't reach the top, and there was just nothing there. There was just more stairs and more stairs. And
what happened in the end?
I woke up. I can't remember.
Good, that's good, that's good. Right, now, let's do your dream here. What about your dream?
I was in like a forest.
Excuse me, did I ask you to come on there?
I was in a forest and I was trying to find my friend. And I couldn't find her. I was looking everywhere for her, and there was like little things on the floor, and I was squelching into the ground. And
in the end, I got sucked into this, into the ground. I was falling through the floor, and I couldn't stop. And then, you know, when you have a dream of falling, and you feel as if you're falling, and you fall out of bed. Well, that's what happened to us. It was really funny.
Right.
Very sweet. All right, Neris, what was
now,
she going on about?
The first one was the girl going upstairs. Good thing to go up rather than going down. She's ambitious, but when she gets there, there's nothing there. I think that's what she said, because I couldn't really hear her very clearly.
No, you couldn't understand the accent.
No.
And that's next week's show, folks, so we'll tell you more about that later.
Yeah. Well, perhaps we were talking a bit when... Anyway, I did get that she was going upstairs, there's nothing there. She has to keep on going after what it is she's going up for, but she's got to know what she's after. She's not quite sure what she wants. She's got to make her mind up, really. She
and
needs to do that.
the young lady in the
forest.
clown outfit, what does she have?
Well, she was in a forest, wasn't she, and all these trees. Now, strangely, well, not strangely, trees in a dream represent the family. Not surprisingly, we talk about the family tree.
And then the
falling
ground
into the
opened up and swallowed her, didn't
her
it?
family, she feels somebody or something in the family is sort of swallowing her. She wants to be a bit more individual and not let the family swamp her. I would think there's some family link there.
Now, what we're going to do now, Neris, is we're going to take some... Amanda, dear girl, Waylet of the Night. For all those in the South who haven't seen the programme before, we always have a regular Waylet. Very nice, too. And Amanda tells me... I've just pulled my earpiece out, so Cecil won't be able to talk to me. Amanda tells me that she does the lambada. Yeah. A little later, we might get her to do that. Who knows? Now, thank you. Make the coffee or do something female now. Right, we're going to take some of these calls. Now, you are prepared. I've got my zapper here, okay? But there could be a little raunchy, some of them. Okay, let's go for it. David from Hull. Hello, David.
Hello?
Yes, David.
Fuck off.
Thank you, David. That was very good, David, actually. We'll be asking you to see if you can go up to sort of 5- and 6-letter words next week. Jane from Brigg. Hello, Jane.
Hello.
Jane, explain your dream, please.
My dream?
Yeah.
Oh, well, my dream is to get rid of a...
Thank you. Right. Steve in King's Lynn. Let's try Steve. Hello, Steve.
Hello, James.
Yes, Steve.
I used to have a dream when I was a child. It was a recurrent dream. I used to be sitting in a large grassy field, blue sky, sunshine, and I'd suddenly sense something coming towards me from the sky at a very fast rate. I couldn't see it, but it was coming towards me very quickly, and I'd suddenly wake up shaking. And
Really?
It used to scare the hell out of me, and I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay, well, Neris.
Right. Well, he was a child when he dreamed this, yeah.
Yeah.
Things seemed very different, out of proportion, and something was coming up on him very quickly, and he was frightened of it. Perhaps it was school time coming up, and he was getting frightened. It was approaching him, and things come out of the sky, because we're short and low. There was something was approaching him fast then. I don't think it was anything... He doesn't have it now,
You
anyway.
don't think so? You don't
Nothing
think so?
very important, no.
I'm just going to fix my intravenous drip
Yeah, you're
while you're
having
talking,
trouble.
because otherwise I can't hear anybody. Okay. Right, good. Thank you very much indeed, Steve from King's Lynn. Polly from Surrey. Hello, Polly.
Hello.
Yes, Polly.
Hello, right. Do you want me to explain my dream?
That would be nice, Polly, yes.
Right,
Otherwise we
okay.
could play bridge or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, right. Well, I've got an attic room with 4 windows, 2 on each side. And I'm lying on my bed, and it's really real. I mean, these plants start coming through the window. They're like sort of triffid plants. They come swirling in all around.
Yeah.
And I just have time to crawl through the middle and run down my stairs. Now, at the bottom of the stairs is a sort of little computer room, waiting room
How
thing.
often do you have this dream?
Well, I don't have the plant dream very much.
You don't?
But I get down to the bottom of the stairs, okay, and I have this dream quite a lot. I see my dad sitting there on a bench, chopping up, this sounds really gross, chopping up bodies.
Yeah.
And there's this one sort of table,
I'm gonna
and
throw
there's
up.
plastic bags. And he puts the body bits into the plastic bag, and there's a freezer where he puts them. Right, I turn around to run upstairs.
Okay, hold on. Thank you, Polly. Otherwise we could serialise that, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I get the message. I think she's getting the message. She's telling herself something. The message there is that she feels a bit trapped in her home life. Something is encroaching on her. She goes downstairs, which means she's looking for an answer. She's not really escaping from it because she went down, right? And her dad may or may not represent the dad in the dream. It might actually be an aspect of herself. Perhaps she feels, the man in a dream often represents our practical part of ourselves.
Yeah.
Perhaps she feels she wants to sort of chop
I think
up
she's
mentally.
greatly disturbed. I don't know
I
about
don't
you,
think she's
Neris.
at
I
all.
think she's
because
disturbed, this woman.
She isn't,
No?
There's lots and lots of people who have very similar dreams, and no, it's a word picture.
Listen, Neris, I'm a bit of a sceptic. I mean, how can you be sure these people are making it all up?
Well, even if they are making it up, you can always put a meaning to that.
Really?
can't you? Yeah.
Even people who make it up, they've got a problem. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yes, I think so.
They're all bonkers. They're all bonkers.
We're all bonkers then in that case.
We'll come back and do some more dreams a little later on, some fascinating. See if we get some facts dreams, some of your sort of interesting things. What were you saying there, Cess? I'm back. Pencil and paper, yes, that's a very good point. We'll put my zapper down for a moment. Now, we have a video on the show tonight which you're really going to love. Now, this is by Gesht Pati. She is a French dancer. She is beautiful. This is a song that I think she recorded about a year ago. It has never been released. Now, EMI have got the rights to this, and we would like all of you watching tonight, if you agree to write to EMI, we'll give you the address a little later on, and get them to release this. I think you will enjoy it. You may not understand it, but I think you'll enjoy it. It's called Etienne. Etienne, Gust Pati, or Gusht Pati. I think that's great. I don't understand a word of it, but didn't that bald-headed guy look cool? Wasn't he marvellous? Well, here we are, live across the... Stevie, you're going to bump into the... Oh, all right, I'll go past you. That's Stevie, our cameraman there. Live around Britain and... the Channel Islands. We said hello to the Channel Islands. Hi, Leslie. How are you? And actually, people have been sending in clothes for the doll. Look, I think whoever sent this in can have it back. It's disgusting. Oh, it's fallen off now as well. Now, address. Where's the address? Come up for the address that you can write. There we are to Steve Dinwoody, EMI Records, 20 Manchester Square, London, W1A1ES. And he's one of those posh record company people. I thought it would be nice if he got his desk full of letters next week. Be quite entertaining, wouldn't it? So it'd just help us if you'd write and write and write to him. Now, last week, when the fabulous Singlettes were on the show, in certain areas of the country, it didn't happen in London and the south, but in the north, there was a little sound problem, and this was all to do with the Q dot. Now, the Q dot is that, all right? A little thing that comes up in the corner of your screen, and it goes along like that when the commercial's about to come on. I can't see it there at the moment. Move it further away from me. Over there. Around about there.
Down a bit, right.
Down a bit there. But what happened, we got the machine, which is worth thousands, hundreds of thousands of pounds, didn't quite do it, and that messed up the sound. I nearly said a rude word there, messed up the sound. So there's the Q dot, and the transmission controllers all over the country now are all paused to take a commercial break. So we're not putting... Poised? What did I say? Did I say poised? To take a commercial break, and they're wondering whether or not this is the real Q dot or whether we're going to put one up. We're not going to put one up, we'll take a break. Back after this.
Into part the James Whale Radio Show. Into part the James Whale Radio Show.
Okay, we're back. Keep the calls coming in. 0532 46 1000. And my next guest in Dreams is Jacob Empson. Right, Jacob?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good. I show concern and interest when I'm talking to Jacob. Do you see that? Concern and interest. Now, Jacob, how do you sort of differ from Neris, who we were talking to before? Are you a sort of different dream analyst, or...?
Well, I come from a different tradition, yes. I'm a psychologist, I'm a psychophysiologist, a sort of a more scientific tradition.
Yes.
So I'm interested in the consciousness, our consciousness while we're asleep, and we do sort of controlled studies, experiments on that.
Well, you're one of these people who stick those things onto... This is your book, by the way. Everybody's written books
Sleep and Dreaming.
On.
Oh, yeah? You've got a copy.
Yeah. Did I? I didn't mention Neris's. I'll have to mention Neris's in a few moments as well. But when people go to sleep, you stick these sort of electrodes on them, and then you can tell what they're dreaming.
Yes, we stick electrodes on their head, around their eyes, on their cheeks.
And does everybody dream?
Chin. Yes.
But very few people seem to remember it.
Almost everybody remembers dreams sometimes.
Yeah.
Very few people claim never to, but if they come into the laboratory and they're woken up from particular phases of sleep, then they do as well. They report dreams.
Do they have any sort of any special meaning for us or not? Or are they just the sort of things we're frightened may happen to us in life, and we're working them out in our subconscious?
Well, I don't think dreams come from outside of us. I don't think they come from another world or from the spirit world or anywhere else. I think they come from inside our heads. So of course they do mean something. They're a product of our brains, of our own consciousness. So if we knew what they meant...
Can we... I mean, a lot of people say you can, if you eat cheese before you dream or something like that.
Yes.
Or before you sleep, you're going to dream. Is that right?
No, well, sort of. If you eat a lot of fatty food, you won't sleep very well, and you will tend to wake up from dreaming sleep, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating. Let's take a few phone calls. Amanda, where are you? Where's Amanda? Where's Amanda? Here she is. Right. Thank you. Very nice indeed. Yes, okay, don't overplay the part, Amanda. That's lovely. Amanda, out. Thank you. Simon in London. Hello, Simon.
Hello there, Jack.
Yes, Simon. Your dream, please.
Yeah, my dream, which I had last night, was I was coming under enemy fire at the top of a block of flats. I was dressed up in combat gear with a few friends. Realising the enemy fire was coming from potential friends who I thought was friends, I ran down the stairwell of this block of flats with my girlfriend, who appeared out of nowhere, running down with me. At the bottom, I came across a corridor, which was all grey corridor. Up to now, my dream had been in colour, but this was a grey corridor full of rubble. At the end of the corridor was a rusty old iron door, half ajar. I ran towards the door. My girlfriend said, "No, don't go through that. We only go through that as a last resort." I went through the door, came into a marketplace which was full of disease. It was...
Got it, anyway, fine. And if you can write it and tell me what the punchline was, there's a prize next week. Does that have any... do all dreams fall into same categories or not?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Who you
Well,
want?
anyone, you know,
Okay.
fine.
After
Whatever.
you.
Well, there are categories of running and getting to places, and sometimes these end up with being unable to run. Your legs don't seem to be able to move, and that's one sort of outcome of them. Or they might end up in a fall, a drop,
Yeah.
a
You see,
sudden drop.
I would
That's
have
a sort
thought-
of very common sort of outcome, yeah.
Not as an expert here, but I would have thought that perhaps Simon was just very bored with life and wanted some excitement in it.
No, I don't think so. I think he was under fire from his friends, just as his dream said. I think perhaps
Yeah.
something is he'd been out with his friends, and there's something they said that he didn't agree with them, and he felt they were getting
What's
at him a
going
bit.
on in Simon's
right?
head?
That corridor, he sort of felt he couldn't get out of something, because a corridor means there's no way out.
Yeah.
The doors showed there was a way out, but he wasn't quite sure it wasn't going to make things worse. So he's in a bit of a stew with his friends, I reckon.
Yeah, okay. Jeff from South Wales. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, James.
Yeah.
So dream my mother and her 3 children have, as well as my mother's brother and his son. It's blue-grey balls. They're like putty, and they're all different shapes and sizes.
Blue-grey balls which look like putty.
Yeah, I know it sounds silly, but it's as if you're in a large room.
And how often do you dream about this?
Well, it's repetitive. It keeps coming and going, it's recurring. Because,
And what do these large balls do?
well, they bounce towards you, come and go, and it's like steel pins coming out of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's amusing the crew here. I don't know. I mean, just a bit. Jeff, has Jeff got a problem here?
I don't think so. I wonder if he sees a lot of things like that during the day. Is he a snooker player?
Do you see a lot of balls during the day, Jeff?
Daddy, please, no.
No, I'm sorry about that, Jeff. I'm trying to clean this whole show up. Disgusting bloody language like that. You don't see a lot of balls during the day?
No, nothing at all.
No. There is.
Right. It's repetitive because he hasn't understood what he's trying to tell himself, for a start.
What's he? Come
right?
on, Nerys, tell him what he's trying to tell
What he's trying to tell himself is that there's sort of a soft option somewhere around him. He's trying to cotton wool himself against something in life. There's something he won't face up to. Life's a bit harder than he wishes it were.
Okay, right. Thank you, Jeff, for that. Carl in North Wales. We zip up from South Wales to North Wales. Carl, hello.
Hello.
Yes, Carl.
All right, James.
All right, Carl.
Well, it's not exactly a dream. It's a dream that we'd like to look forward to, not a dream that we want. They're all waving here.
No, it's all right. Stevie on camera there's waving to me, and I'm waving back to him. I don't know.
Waving to
I just think he likes me. It's all right.
There's 6 of us really, and we all get our birthdays in the same week.
Yeah.
We're all 30. And it's totally unheard of this, but we'd like to have a 30th birthday in Conway Castle.
You'd like to have a 30th birthday in Conway Castle?
All of us.
It's a dream that you have. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well,
and
listen.
we'd like to have Nina Miscott there.
Yeah? What good would she be to you?
Whoa.
Never mind. We'll have to... Actually, perhaps we could fix her up with that.
Did he really dream that?
No, he wants to dream
Oh,
that. He wants to dream
Oh,
that.
he
That's
wants
right.
to
It's like the dream kitchen or the dream holiday.
Yeah.
It's a different
Yes,
usage,
yeah.
really.
Do
isn't it?
some people go to bed and decide, I'd like to dream about this or that tonight and try and... Could you actually make yourself dream about something?
I don't think so, not very easily.
Yeah?
Normally, that's what's so funny about dreams, that's why we're talking about them. Our consciousness is out of our control. Normally when we're awake, we're in charge, aren't we? We can decide what we think about, but when we're dreaming, we can't.
OK, for the moment, both of you, thank you very much indeed. We'll be taking some more calls a little later on. Isn't that exciting?
Yep.
Right, cameras 1 and 2, you can disappear out to reception. And last week, we had an enormous response to the programme we did on homelessness. We'll be reading out some of the letters a little bit later on. But a number of you took me to task about being a little abrupt with a taxi driver whose name is John, who called us from London, and I accused him of being a bigoted so-and-so or whatever. And everybody felt I should have given him more time. And as it said in the TV Times this week, see if you can stay on the line for more than 60 seconds with Whale. I think John is there. Are you there, John?
Hi, James, yeah.
How could I be so rude as to cut you off when you'd hardly got your point out, John? I don't know how I could do that. I do apologise.
I'm used to it, James. That's the normal treatment we get from the general public.
John, 60 seconds... I beg your pardon?
The other switch, darling.
Oh, the other switch. OK, that one there?
That one.
Oh, that one, OK, right. 60 seconds, John, to make your point that you didn't make, starting now.
Do I get a prize for this, James? Well, basically, the point I was trying to make last week was that you were painting this very angelic picture of all these poor people that were homeless, who were laying on the streets of London and finding it hard to survive and everything else. I just wanted to point out that the enormous amount of people that I see sitting around the streets and sleeping in the streets who find enough money to be able to buy cans of Tennent's and bottles of vodka, drugs and numerous other bad things. And basically the hassle that they give the general public. You made a comment with regards to the Sloanies being approached in the Strand, etc.
9,
They actually do give us a hell of a lot of hassle,
7,
and I don't think they're in such a bad position as you
5.
think. 5 seconds over.
Have you made the point?
I think I've made a slight point.
Oh, good. Thank you very much indeed, John.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
James.
That's nice. Thank you very much indeed, John. We've got to take a little walk for the moment. You two just stay here. We've got some really nice live music on the show tonight. And by the way, careful, Stevie, Wednesday, I shall be in Redruth in Cornwall. I am looking forward to coming down to Cornwall on Wednesday. I hope we have a good time down there. Now, we've got a little music for you out here. I think you're going to enjoy this. The River Detectives, who actually been on the show on video before, but we've got them playing live tonight. And their new single is in the shops now. You can dash out tomorrow and buy it. There's wires all over the place. It's called You Don't Know a Thing About Her. The River Detectives. Stop messing around, you lot. Now, as some regular viewers to the programme will know, from time to time, when we get an interesting letter like this one, we try and pop round and chat to the person who sent it. This came from June Wood in Bradford, and June writes to the editor of the programme. Unfortunately, we don't have such a thing, but never mind. She says, when are the powers that be in television going to clean it up? I'm referring to the lesbian wedding on your programme. I am not a prude by any means, but I do not wish to watch a bunch of perverts on my television or listen to the foul, disgusting language that's prevalent in TV today. June continues, I bought my television for entertainment. I know you'll tell me to turn it off, but I want to be entertained. Oh, my God. She says, maybe the perverts who sanction these programs should be looking for some other means of employment more suitable to their dirty, perverted minds. Well, when you get a letter like this, and just be warned when you write to me, we thought we'd like to go and find out what the sort of viewer who writes this thing is really like. I think you can come down off the top of the car now. Are you ready, fellas? Let's go. Mrs. Wood.
Yeah.
Mr. Whale, responding to your letter that you sent to me about my disgusting, dirty, perverted television show.
Oh, yes.
I just thought I'd like to come and have a little chat with you, find out what sort of suggestions you had to improve it, maybe.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
We're carrying out some kind of consumer investigation, you see, into what people would really like to see on their televisions.
That floodlight is rather strong.
Is it? You have to look at me, not the light.
Yes.
Any suggestions or not?
Quite a lot of suggestions.
Uh-huh.
I don't think the majority of people want to hear about lesbians, homosexuals, foul language, and I've spoken to quite a lot of people about this, and in the majority they agree with me.
Yeah.
And even though they're on late at night, most of these programmes, quite a lot of children who are not disciplined do stay up late.
Yeah. You see yourself as some kind of defender of the morals of the vast majority, do you?
Oh, good heavens, no. I'm just voicing an opinion.
Yeah, yeah. What sort of programme would you hold up as the programme you think is a good television? What sort of, do you like, perhaps, Esther Ransom, that sort of?
Good, oh, God, no.
Cilla Black?
Not particularly. I like Bob Monkhouse because,
Bob
that bingo
Monkhouse?
show, but not because of the bingo, but because of the questions. I like to learn.
I see.
I like, you know, questions that
So you say Bob
learn,
Monkhouse was your idea of somebody on television, perhaps more of Bob Monkhouse?
Well, he's a very witty man, isn't he? And he's not, well, he might be blue in some places, but he isn't blue on the television, is he?
Well, I'm not saying anything else. Right, thank you very much indeed. And beware, if you write, you never know, we may call on you. Now, we had a very good response to last week's show, and we also had a lot of people sending in money, which we have passed on to the relevant agencies. But Joan McCormack in Nottingham wrote and said, where's the responsibility of the parents of those young people kicked out of their homes gone? When two people decide to have a baby, they take on the responsibility of that child. They should take the good with the bad. I think it's probably a little bit difficult to actually convince somebody they should stay and live with you if they get to 16, 17, 18. I don't know if I go along with that. Steve Wiley in London NW7 says, and his comments were echoed by a lot of others, if we could afford to send financial help to foreign causes, why shouldn't charity begin at home and not just over Christmas? Yvonne McGarvey in Manchester wants to know how is it that it's cheaper for the government to pay out £120 a week to put a single parent or married couple in a bed and breakfast, but not to help out with a £36 a week mortgage to keep people housed. It seems to be ludicrous. And lots of letters. Thank you very much indeed for those. If you'd like to write in about this week's show or about something you'd like to see in the future, here's the address. You can write to us at Wales Mail, Yorkshire Television, the Television Centre, Leeds LS3 1JS, and I thought, seeing that Maggie was on Wogan tonight, I thought perhaps she would come on this programme, and we've invited Neil Kinnock on. We'll see which one gets on first in the future, shall we? And then they can answer all these questions for us. Now, some more. Oh, we've got, just before we leave that subject, we've got Janice, who actually, Janice, you're on the phone, aren't you?
Yes, James, yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Now, Janice has had quite a lot of publicity this week, haven't you?
Yes.
You've been in the Evening Standard in London.
Yeah, that's right.
You've been on radio stations, and you actually, when you saw the programme last week, you went out and picked up a few people off the Strand and took them home, didn't you?
Well, yeah, that's right, yeah.
I don't know whether I'm really happy with you doing that, but luckily nothing.
Well, I didn't go alone anyway.
You didn't?
No.
Okay. But they weren't. The people you picked up didn't want to stay with you.
Well, they didn't tell me that to my face. You know, we sort of put them in the flat. We went and got some heaters for them.
This is a flat that you have that you don't use at the moment, that you were going to make available to them.
Yes, it's been on the market for over a year. So I thought, you know, after seeing your show, you know, what better cause could it be?
Weren't you worried when you drove down to the West End sort of in the middle of the night and picked up these people off the street?
Well, no, I had my friend who's called Mr. T. He's 22 stone, so no one could really start on me.
Yeah.
So, you know, we both drove down.
Yeah.
He was marvellous, actually.
But they went back to the street?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I went back the next evening, and, you know, it's a conversion flat. I got in the front door, and it was all in darkness, and, you know, they left a few blankets, and, you know, they're gone. And I was a bit amazed, really.
But you haven't been put off by this?
No, in fact, I'm a bit more determined.
Oh, I see. So this is still available for anybody who wants to live there?
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Okay, well, if they get in touch with me, I will put them in touch with you, but I think you have to be fairly careful as well.
Well, yes, I think you've got to know what you're doing. I'm a bit naive on this, but, you know, I'm willing to give a couple of people a home, yeah.
Okay, Janice, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, James. You're doing a good show. Keep
Thank
it
you,
up.
Janice. Bye-bye. More calls. I'm a little concerned about this. Okay, we've got some more. Amanda, what are you doing? Put him down. Amanda, can we get a quick... Can we not... What's Amanda doing over there? Give me these. Give me... Amanda, please, quickly. Thank you. Michael, your wife finds out about this. You're going to be in deep... Need I say more? Right. Here's one. What's this like? Dear James, having seen your programme, we are now dreaming of the wonderful results of tonight's programme. Dreaming of the wonderful results of tonight's programme. Love from... Oh, I see, right. I dreamt the M25 was a motorway and not a traffic jam. That comes from, from Chris and Kevin. My recurring dream of running through Woking town centre without any clothes on. People do,
yes, they do.
Don't they? They dream about running through all sorts of places.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dream of shame, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Dream of shame.
no, I don't think so.
Oh, I think it is.
Do you?
No, please.
Yeah,
No arguing,
Oh,
please.
it's a friendly argument, I'm sure. Yeah, we won't be swapping...
Well, listen, before you argue too much, let's have a look at another one from film. Here, this is somebody who had a dream out and about.
I don't tend to have recurring dreams. The dreams that do sort of happen to me are about my father, who died 3 years ago. And every now and again, I do dream about him. But it leaves me sort of... When I wake up, I'm either sort of in a hot sweat or I actually end up in tears. And it's hard. I can't really work out what's happening, but I enjoy the dream because I feel as if I've seen my father, and it brings me closer to him. But then I could go for months without dreaming about him again.
Oh, you see, now you caught out there, Jacob. I was telling him off because he wasn't flipping watching. Right. Neris, you were watching.
I was watching, yes.
Now, that was Wendy we met in Sunderland. What about that?
Well, I think perhaps when her father died, she felt she hadn't perhaps been as nice to him, or perhaps spent as much time with him as she'd like to, but she felt happy about it, that no, he was quite happy about it on the other side or wherever he is.
So that's really working your guilt out in your dreams,
I think so, yes, and I think she realises that she did her best.
Do a lot of people do that? Work their guilt out in their dreams?
I think I differ with Neris on where it starts. I think emotions can be at the bottom of a dream, but they're not necessarily. They become then attached to events, real events in a person's life.
Okay, hang on just a minute. Stevie, sorry about this. Stevie, can you just get a shot? Amanda, you're here to go and get the calls, not stand there cuddling with him. Go on, Amanda, go and get the calls. Now, quickly, move. Right, let's take Paul. Okay, it's very difficult to get good stuff. Amanda, just go and get... Doesn't matter where you go, just go and get the... That's it, fine, thank you. Paul from London. Hello, Paul.
James, yes, I'm not actually calling so far afield. I'm from Harrogate.
You're not what, Paul?
I'm from Harrogate, not London.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, I was...
Don't disagree with me, Paul. Right, Dave from Harlow. Hello, Dave.
Hello, mate.
Yes.
How's it going?
You know, it's all right.
There was this dream. I'll get straight onto it. I was going to an FA Cup final. Yes? Can you hear me?
I'm going to dive through that door and smack somebody in a few moments if they keep opening
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you beautifully, Dave.
I was going to an FA Cup final.
Yeah.
And I see the front of Wembley, and I was going to watch this football match at Wembley, an FA Cup final, and I end up walking out of the tunnel with my wife and going on the pitch and having sex with her.
Okay, so you're at Wembley.
Yes.
You go onto the pitch.
Yeah, I'll walk into
you're
the stadium.
bunking with the wife, right on the centre spot.
And we have sex.
Yeah. You're giving her one right on the centre.
Having sexual intercourse.
Okay. Right.
Right.
I think he mixes business with pleasure.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah? I think he's got a vivid imagination myself. Let's have another look at one from film, and this is another dream here.
I once had used to go to this dream a lot about screaming. Somebody was after us and I used to scream and scream. But nothing was coming out of my mouth and that, you know, it was funny.
Screaming?
Screams and screams.
Screams and screams, you know? Yeah. Was it, what's her name, went down to the bottom of the garden and screamed and screamed and screamed?
I think she wants to say something and she doesn't say it out loud, so she keeps it all to herself.
Yeah.
She's screaming inside.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if she meant she was screaming out loud.
Who gives it? Well, yeah, yes,
She was.
yes, no, absolutely. Well, far be it from me, I don't know.
I mean, people talk in their sleep, maybe she screams in her sleep.
They do. The last one I'll film right here. This one. Watch this.
Like floating in the air sort of thing, you know, like
You fly?
over everybody, like flying, you know.
What's flying?
Well, fascinating.
Well, that
yes,
was,
everybody
yes.
flying, yes.
Oh, flying, yes. Well, flying, it's difficult to get the height quite often for people. They start off just hovering 2 or 3 feet.
But in a
off the
dream, they
ground.
hover, and then they can't get...
That's right.
Yeah.
And I once had a dream where I solved this problem. I picked up, in my dream, a little tray, and I tipped it, and it caught the wind, and I went up. It was marvellous. I tried it out in the morning.
Are you following this at home?
I flap my arms and can get up.
Do you?
Yeah.
That works,
I have
does
to
it?
run and
Oh.
jump, and then once I'm
Yes.
up, I'm all right. Yeah.
I had somebody who climbed a flagpole to do the same sort of thing. But
Once you take off, it's all right.
once you're up there,
Cecil, who's very into this and directing tonight, wants to know why do we dream, though? Why? What real reason do we all have to dream? Can you sum it up easily or not?
Why do we have
Why should we-
consciousness?
yeah.
Why do we have consciousness when we're awake? I mean, I think if we
Precisely.
If we
Stop
knew
asking
that-
those ridiculous questions, Cecil. Right, just before we take a break, for next week's programme, we're actually talking about accents and the way people speak. We've invited Prince Charles to come on the programme, and we do need an audience. If you happen to have a very strong accent, whether from the north or the south, from Ireland, from Scotland, from Wales, from wherever it is, if you'd like to come on the programme, we would like you to ring this number, not now, but on Monday, 0532 438 283, and ask for the Whale office, and we'll give you the number again a little bit later on. We'll take a break.
Earthlings, satellite television is dying. We cannot survive without the program you call the James Whale Radio Show. Any program could fill a nighttime schedule, but only one can get ratings. Our contract people will soon be negotiating. You have been warned.
It's competition time!
This is the part of the programme I always get wrong, all right? I always get wrong, but I know you want to sort of be like your heroes. So this week, what we're going to give away is a brand new pair of these Ferrari sunglasses. See that? Very expensive. You can only afford these if you are a megastar, right? But I'm going to give these away, and they're quite good because they fold up like that. You see, you can put them... Oh, you see? Rather good. Now, not only are we going to give away the sunglasses, we're also going to give away this rather nice metal, all very, very posh this, very expensive, Ferrari. We couldn't get a proper one. Can you, sorry about that. It's difficult, Steve, isn't it? Yeah. He says, I'm bloody waving it around. Can I hold it steady? There, you see, you can look in the engine and the little gear lever in there wiggles. It's nice. Always wanted a wiggly gear lever. So that's going away as well. And the main prize, of course, are these, the wonderful Ferrari sunglasses. You see that? Rather nice. Not that big. Those are the real ones. You have to write, send me the name of 2 makes of Ferrari car. Send me 2 types, makes, types, you know, 2 types of Ferrari car. Beetle. And a Beetle is not a Ferrari. It is not. Send your, that's good, yes, I was going to say that next. Send your entries to this address, okay, and put it down on the back of a sealed envelope or a postcard and send it in as soon as you can. And you could be the proud owners of a new Ferrari or a pair of Ferrari sunglasses. Thank you very much indeed. Right, now, what are we doing next? I think we're going back to take some more calls, aren't we? We got some more calls? Oh, into the video. We're going to go to the video. We'll take some calls after this. Thank you. Now, this is the new... don't do that. You messed my hair up. It's taken me all week to get it like this. Lou Graham, and Just Between You and Me. This is great. Lou Graham, Just Between You and Me, the new video there. And let me just remind you, these are nice, aren't they? £7 from Yorkshire Television, the Whale T-shirts, very nice. If you'd like to be in the audience for next week's programme, you must have a particularly strong accent. The number to ring is 0532 438 283 and ask for the James Whale office. That's the number. There we are. Ring it on Monday. There's nobody there at the moment. Some more phone calls. Andrew from Leeds. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, James.
Yes, Andrew.
I'd like to ask your opinion on this dream. I have a repeated dream about
Yes, Andrew?
a 3-legged cocker spaniel by the name of Wensley Boo that chased me around the Garden of Eden with a knife.
Well, I think that's a very, very worrying dream, don't you? 3-legged cocker spaniel chasing around the Garden of Eden with a knife. Jacob.
I think he just made that up.
I think so too, right. Darren from Devon. Hello, Darren.
Hello there, James.
Yes, Darren. I'm sorry, yes, Darren.
I dreamt the other day I was going to get on your show on my tractor.
Well, you've, I'm afraid, not managed it, but never mind. Anne from... no, I tell you what, you've got a couple more... We haven't done too many letters.
Yeah, we've got a letter here from Joanne in Reddish, Stockport. And she says she dreams that she has something in her mouth, a sweet. She swallows it, and the next second she realises it's too big and it's trapped in her throat. Oh. And she has this awful feeling of choking. Now, lots and lots of people have that, don't they? And you will find that she is sleeping on her back when she has that.
Do you think it's a good idea for people to go and get their dreams analysed? Would it help them?
Yeah, I think it would.
It would. Okay.
If it worries them. Otherwise, they should sort it out for themselves, because they're the best person to
well, thank you both very much indeed. We have, unfortunately, run right out of time as usual. And a little bit of music you'll probably hear coming up in the background. We're back next week at the same time, 1 o'clock on ITV, and we're looking and hearing accents from all over the country. We've got some very interesting people on the show next week as well. Thank you for the letters. Get your hand off my shoulder and off my head. And I tell you what, it wasn't such a bad dream. I think I'm going to go. Thank you very much indeed, Amanda. Who knows what we're going to have? No, you mustn't do that. We've only got a few of those. Thank you very much. Lots of late night. We'll need some of these late night entertainment packets, won't we? There's one for you. All right. Well, 3 for you, 1 for me. Oh, yes, and say goodbye to Hilda, by the way. There's Hilda is Leslie? No, I thought we were going to call this Hilda. You want to call it Leslie? Yeah, I don't know. Have a nice weekend from all of us. Goodbye.